la dificultad que a veces tengo en lo personal es en la manera de concentrarme. Se habla de no hacer el esfuerzo.
The difficulty I have usually is it is talk about not making an effort and how to focus.
Pero termino haciendo un esfuerzo.
Really?
Sí, pero termino haciendo un esfuerzo.
I end up making an effort.
Y quisiera pedir la recomendación de David acerca de cómo lograr esta suavidad que se requiere. Muchas gracias.
Okay, gracias Luis. He wanted to ask you how to get that smoothness that is required, because he feels that he has to make an effort. He always ends up making effort.
You cannot make any progress when you start without making an effort.
No puedes hacer ningún progreso.
This might be the final goal, but you're not going to reach it unless you retrain the mind by an active effort yourself. Otherwise, your mind will just keep running after objects.
Si no puedes empezar en este camino sin empezar haciendo un esfuerzo. Si no, la mente va a salir hacia afuera a seguir persiguiendo los objetos.
Ok, entonces la recomendación de David es hacer este esfuerzo inicial y poco a poco me imagino que se va suavizando esta entrada al giro, ¿no?
So your advice would be to make this effort at the beginning, and gradually it will get smoother as you are making the turn within.
You have to look at what your mind is engaged with. You start with whatever your mind is looking at, whatever it's perceiving, thinking, feeling, and you have to recognize that what is an object that you're looking at. That's how you start.
Tienes que empezar mirando en lo que la mente se involucra, mirando los pensamientos, en eso en lo que se enfoca la mente. Tienes que empezar haciendo eso.
Then noticing this, you frame it. You have to be aware that the things that you are noticing are being noticed by something or someone. So you have this framing, this separation between someone who sees and knows and the thing that is seen and known.
Entonces tienes que hacer esta separación o enmarcar esas cosas que percibes y primero hacer esa separación entre el que está percibiendo y las cosas que está percibiendo.
And once you become aware that there is someone who knows, someone who sees, you have to learn to take attention off the thing that is being looked at, the thing which is being perceived, the thing which is being known, and try to instead be aware of who or what it is inside yourself that is aware of these objects.
Entonces tienes primero que hacerte consciente de ese que está percibiendo esas cosas y después ir retirando la atención de las cosas para hacer el giro y ser consciente de ese que está siendo consciente de todos esos objetos.
Claro.
The effort is in stopping the mind from continually making new ideas, new thoughts.
El esfuerzo es parar la mente de intentar crear nuevas ideas, nuevos pensamientos.
But instead putting attention on what it is inside yourself that is registering them. So,
y en lugar poner la atención dentro de ti en esto que lo está registrando. Sorry, David.
No, carry on. You finished?
Yes.
So the effort is taking attention away from the things that the mind wants to play with, wants to enjoy, wants to experience. This is why it's hard, because the things that come up in your mind are the things that interest you, excite you, have a strong emotional content. So your mind wants to grab them very strongly and run very fast with them.
Lo difícil es el esfuerzo que supone es hacer el esfuerzo para retirar la mente de las cosas de las que disfruta, con las que le gusta jugar, y eso es lo que supone el esfuerzo. The last thing you said, David, can you repeat that?
I said there is an energy. The things that come up in your mind are the things that the mind knows are most exciting to you. All your desires, the things that you have emotional content, an emotional reaction to. These are the things that keep jumping up. So it's very hard to say no to them because your mind gets excited by these things and then runs after them.
Es muy difícil porque la mente saca cosas con las que tú disfrutas, con las que tiene está involucrada emocionalmente, por eso es muy difícil el retirar esa tensión de ahí, porque tiene esa sensación de que está disfrutando o está sacando un placer de ahí, de ese contenido.
So the effort is in saying no and understanding that what the mind is trying to make you do is not productive. It's not going to help you. It's going to take you away from your own peace into a direction of suffering and busyness.
Se trata de decir no y de ver que la mente te está intentando llevar afuera, te está intentando sacarte de un estado de paz y hacia un estado en el que vas a encontrar sufrimiento y no vas a estar cómodo.
So by withdrawing attention from these things and putting it back into what it is inside yourself that thinks or feels, you begin to feel a calmness, a stillness, a silence inside yourself, which is what's there all the time. So when you run after these things with your mind, you're looking for happiness, satisfaction. You have to learn by continually withdrawing attention that the happiness is in a different place.
Y tienes que continuamente retirando la atención porque piensas que la felicidad está aquí fuera y tienes que ir retirando la atención para volverte adentro, para convencerte de que está ahí adentro. And the first thing, David, I don't remember what you said, the first thing. If you can keep it shorter, a bit shorter, is it possible?
Okay. What was I saying? I said you have to learn by experience that the happiness and peace does not come from making the mind go out. It comes from making the mind go in. And then once you start to have those little experiences of silence by going in, then you increase your ability to say no to the mind when it wants to go in the opposite direction.
Tienes que convencer a la mente poco a poco de que la felicidad está dentro y de que luego así poco a poco vas a evitar que vaya saliendo hacia afuera para encontrar esa felicidad que piensa que va a estar afuera.
How to say that there is one analogy which I like to use. Imagine you are sitting in a chair inside a room and there is a door and a window. You say that first.
Hay una analogía que me gusta usar y es que imagina que estás sentado en una silla dentro de una habitación y hay una puerta y una ventana.
So you're very happy inside your room. You don't want anything. You don't need anything. And then you see somebody walk past the window.
Estás dentro de la habitación y estás muy feliz, no necesitas nada y de pronto ves que alguien pasa por delante de la ventana.
And as he walks past the window, you recognize that this is a salesman, somebody who's going to knock on your door and try to make you buy something that you don't want.
Y reconoces que esta persona que pasa por delante de la ventana es un vendedor de algo y que va a llamar a tu puerta y que va a intentar venderte algo.
So once this person knocks on your door, you have the knowledge. I don't want this. I don't need this. This is going to waste my time, waste my money. I'm much happier sitting in my chair by myself. I don't even need to go to the door. I will just ignore him and he will go away.
Sí, y tú sabes que te va a vender algo que no necesitas y tú eres consciente de eso, de que no es algo que te va a hacer feliz, es algo que no necesitas y que podrías quedarte perfectamente ahí y ignorarlo. Ni siquiera necesitas ni abrirle la puerta y se irá.
So don't go to the door and argue. Don't engage with the man. That the man is trying to sell you mental entertainment. That this is how the mind works. It's always knocking, saying, I've got something good for you. That you're going to enjoy this. You need this. You don't. Something inside knows this is not doing you any good.
Y así es la mente, que te vende un entretenimiento mental y lo que no tienes que hacer es salir y discutir con el vendedor, porque esto no te va a hacer nada bueno.
You have to catch it right at the beginning. So that's why I said there's a window. You see the man walk past your window, and there's an immediate knowledge that very soon something is going to try and make you something that's bad for you, that will waste your time and your energy. So if you can catch it very early, then there is no momentum building up. There is nothing that catches your mind and runs away with it.
Entonces, tienes que pillarlo en el primer momento, porque tú primero lo ves pasar por la ventana y después sabes que va a llamar a la puerta. Entonces, lo que tienes que hacer es pararlo ahí, porque luego sabes que te va... the last thing, David, sorry, I don't remember the last thing you said. Is he going to waste your energy and your...
You have to have this conviction or knowledge that this man at the door is just there to waste your time, your energy, and your money, and you don't even need to engage with him. You don't need to shout at him, tell him to go away. You just kind of ignore him and don't engage.
Sí, tienes que tener esta convicción de que este hombre vendedor no te va a vender nada que necesitas, y lo que tienes que hacer es no involucrarte con él, simplemente porque va a perder tu tiempo y tu energía.
You need to have the conviction that what is being offered is bad for you and is going to make you suffer. If you are in a restaurant and you are diabetic and the waiter offers you a big cake, you don't say yes and eat it and get sick. You say, no, I'm diabetic, go away. You have to have this same attitude to all these things that are trying to get your attention. Going to do you any good, and don't consume them.
Necesitas tener la convicción de que lo que te va a vender no es nada que va a ser bueno para ti. Del mismo modo que cuando un diabético está en un restaurante y viene el camarero y le ofrece un pastel, no se lo toma porque sabe que va a ser perjudicial para él. Pues tener la misma actitud, de tener esa convicción con el vendedor.
So the idea that you don't have to make effort is completely wrong until you reach that state where you can effortlessly abide as the one who sees the things, as the one who knows. So long as your attention is continually being pushed somewhere else, you have to make that effort to bring it back and make it happy in its center, make it happy in its source.
Entonces, tú tienes, a medida que veas los pensamientos, vas a tener que hacer ese esfuerzo hasta que estés establecido más suavemente en que lo observa todo. En ese momento ya no habrá que hacer tanto esfuerzo.
That's enough for that answer. And any follow-up or different question?
Suficiente para la respuesta.
Sí, muy precisa, me gustó mucho, muchas gracias. Supongo que esta sadhana se debe hacer durante todo el día, pero además, ¿qué pasa a la inversa? Cuando hay cosas que no son atractivas, pero te enganchas. ¿Cómo trabajas al revés? Perdón.
I guess the sadhana has to be done all day, but what happens the other way around? For example, when there are things that are not appealing to you and you get hooked on them.
Bhagavan always said, don't get angry with your mind. Don't feel that you're doing it badly or wrongly. Don't feel guilty. Don't have bad feelings that you're not controlling your mind.
Bhagavan decía que no tienes que sentirte culpable ni sentirte mal por lo que hace tu mente. Can you repeat again, David?
I'm saying Bhagavan.
The last thing.
Bhagavan said, don't fight your mind. Don't try to crush it. Don't feel guilty when you can't control it. All you have to do is each time that you remember that the mind has gone somewhere else, just notice it and say, I'm going back to where it came from. Don't judge it. Don't get angry with it. Don't try to crush it. Just take attention of it.
Simplemente que dice Bhagavan que no te sientas culpable, que cuando notes que tu mente se va hacia afuera, simplemente tienes que llevarla al sitio que le pertenece de vuelta y no sentirse mal o sentirse que lo has hecho mal de algún modo.
You have to be patient. You can't beat your mind into submission. All you do is take its energy away piece by piece by refusing to let it go out every time it wants to.
No puedes someter a tu mente sometiéndola poco a poco cada vez que te saca hacia afuera. Tienes que hacerlo poco a poco, gradualmente.
Perfecto, pues le agradezco mucho, Carlos, le agradezco mucho a David. Muchas gracias, fue excelente respuesta, muchas gracias.